got a 411 gram jar of mincemeat here to make a start on the mince pies. This has got cognac in, so it's luxury mincemeat. But just to make it that little bit extra special and more homemade, I'm going to grate in an eating apple. It just makes it just that little bit more moist. Right, I've greased the baking tins, I've mixed in the apple, and I've taken the pastry out of the fridge. As you can see, that's quite solid, but it's easier that way than when it's soft and sticky. I've got some plain flour for rolling out, so I'm going to cut a piece off, and what we do, we work in small pieces, a little bit at a time, and you have to sort of soften it with your hands. It's quite tricky to roll out, but it really is worth it. So I'm going to make a start on this. Now that jar of mincemeat should make about 20 mince pies. So really have to be a little bit patient with this. Once it softens a little bit, it gets much easier to work with. We're getting there now. Plenty of flour so it doesn't stick. As I say, it's more of a shortcake than a pastry. Really crumbly and melts in your mouth. So we're going to roll it out quite thinly. I'm using this cutter for the bases. Press them in with your fingers. That one's broken, so I'll do another. Roll your trimmings. I'm going to put a heat teaspoonful in each mince pie. It will probably bubble out, but we don't mind about that. It makes them all the more interesting. And this small cutter for the tops. Just press them down with your fingertips, just lightly. that's 3 I've done. So we just pierce the top just to let the steam escape, and I'm going to carry on with this pastry and roll a few out, and this amount should make 40. Right, the pastry's been out of the fridge about 20 minutes now, and it's getting a lot easier to work with. It's not like short crust pastry where you can't handle it. If it gets difficult, you can squeeze it and, you know, sort of soften it a little bit with your hands. As I say, it won't do it any harm. It's quite difficult to work with at first, but it gets easier when it's been out of the fridge longer. But you can't do without that initial chilling till it's firm. I don't know why it works, but it does. As I say, this pastry is well worth mastering because it keeps for a month, which lets you get your mince pies done good and early and out of the way. Most people think they have to wait until the last minute to make mince pies, but there's just too much else to do at Christmas, so this is useful in as much as you can get them done and put in a tin out the way, ready for Christmas, while you've still got time. Just need a couple more tops, and then these are ready to go in the oven at gas marks 6, 200 degrees electric. That's centigrade. I'm not sure what that is Fahrenheit. I'm going to have to look up these Fahrenheits for my American viewers, and also these cup measurements that you have over there, which I don't know about. I have to do a bit of research and see if I can find out what the equivalents are. So there you go, the first dozen are ready to go in the oven. So I'll bake these for 10 minutes, then I'll take the tray out and turn it round and put them back in for another 10 minutes. Right, the first lot are out now. I've got some more in the oven. They've just taken just over 15 minutes to cook. So I'm going to leave them to cool 5 minutes before I turn them out onto a wire rack. These are done now. There were 20 that jar of mincemeat made, but I left the room and mysteriously 3 of them had already actually vanished. So what you do now, I don't know where they went, just before you serve them, just take some icing sugar and just dredge the tops like that. You can warm them in the oven, but they will keep in a tin now until Christmas and beyond actually. So I'm going to get another jar of mincemeat and finish off the rest of this pastry. So there you go. The most mouth-wateringly, melt in the mouth mince pies that you'll ever taste. I can guarantee. Absolutely to die for. So there you go. Merry Christmas.